Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's Midwest High School Hockey League Varsity Contest between the Dubuque Saints and your Kansas City Chiefs.
So welcome to Dubuque's game today here in Kansas City for their home opener. Cody Cruiser on defense. Braden Schilling. Blake Sieverding at forward. Nico Ruiz. Benny Meyer. And number 29, Connor Sheehy in net.
And now for your Kansas City Chiefs. Number 12, Maddox. Also on defense, number 16, Josh McElway. Finally, number 34, Landon Lobar. On left wing, number 2, Lane Whitlock. At center, number 13, Cam Zillich. Number 41, Cameron Moore. The Jets are coached tonight by Reno Salvigo. He's assisted by Matt Bonacani and Zach Curry. Officials for tonight's game, the referee Carl Van Hassel, assisted by linesman Tony Guzzelli and linesman Rusty Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, on this Veterans Day, please rise to the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, the Kansas City Jets and Midwest High School Hockey League are members of USA Hockey and in the spirit of fair play sportsmanship and an enjoyable and experienced game, along with the rules and regulations of the league is governed by simple and strict zero tolerance policy. During the games, use of profanity and endorsing gestures directed at any person in the area by player, coach, or official will not be tolerated and will lead to the expulsion of the facility.
So the Saints were victorious in the JV contest, 4-0. So we're just about to get underway here for the varsity game. Puck's down. And the clock is counting up. Stolen there by Cruiser. He'll dump it into the zone. Around the back of the net. Sweeney's got it on the far side. Plays it down to Kirk. Battle for in the corner. Gets sandwiched there. Sweeney feeds it back to Sukachoff. Sukachoff shot on net. Kicked wide. There we go. Clock's going the right direction now. Played around the far side to Suk. He pins it on the boards there. Kicked it back. Kirk shot on net. Save. We've got Sweeney, Ruiz, and Kirk out on forward. Puck's down. Knocked down to the Kansas City corner there. Played around on the near side. Held in there. Kick to the slot. Pop loose. Kansas City's got it now. They'll play it across to Dorley. Dorley chases Besson behind the net. Played up the far side. Kirk fires at the length of the ice. That'll go for an icing. So we got Cade Weiner, Cal Meserich, and Pierce. Out it forward. Puck's down. Meserich knocks it back to the KCD. They'll wrap it around the back of the net. Battled there on the near side. Pierce knocks it out. Meserich knocks it down. He'll play it down the near side. Carries it into the zone. Chipped across the ice. Cruiser tries to come up and play it. Manages to hold it in. Knocks it down below the goal line. Played down in the corner there. Knocked back. Kansas City cross ice pass. They've got it there in front of their own bench. Circles back into the defensive zone. They'll go back to the D. Take it behind the net. Off the boards up the near side. Lost there. Pierce knocks it back in, and he'll go for a change. Kansas City will regroup behind their own net again. Dangerous play out in front. Meserich almost got a piece of it. Sieverding jumps in. He'll help out now. Hard off the boards. Meserich knocks it back down to Sieverding. We'll go behind the net again. Over to the far side. Puck lost there. Kicked up into the netting. I'm going to let my clock reset itself. There we go. Puck played to the far side. Suk will go over and get it there. Behind the net to Besh. Gets stuck, hung up there. Kansas City takes it in the corner. Sweeney's got it on the near side. Pass across ice to Kirk. Kirk kicks it up ahead. Ruiz will chase it down. Kansas City will try and cycle. Plays it up the near side instead. Kicked out to the front. Ruiz tries to feed it down low. Can't quite get it there. Back to Besh. Besh loses it. Ruiz now on the near side. Fires it on net. Saved by Moore. Knocked to the near side here. Kansas City collects. They'll go behind their own net. Crosses out. Breaks right in front of the net. Up to center ice. Into the attacking zone. He'll go one-on-one with Beshen. Walk behind their net. They'll try and feed it out front. Sheehy knocks it back. Kansas City fields it in front. Top of the slot. Nice save by Sheehy. Played out of the defensive zone. Moore leaves it there. He'll play it up the near side. Kansas City bangs into the zone. Sheehy will catch it there. Leave it for Schilling. Schilling collects it, takes it behind the net, up the far side. In front of the bench through neutral ice, dumps it on net. Moore saves it with his chest. Leaves it off for his defenseman. Played up in front of the Kansas City bench. Out of the zone. Sieverding's got it. Kicks it back to Cruiser. Cruiser over to Schilling. Dubuque dumps into the zone. Moore with a nice save. And we'll get a whistle. Dubuque could get a fresh set of legs out here. We've got Meserich, Pierce, and Weiner. Puck's down, back behind the Kansas City line. Played up the far side. Stop there. They'll circle back below the goal line. Cuts it back now. We'll go up the near side. Thrown through the middle. Sook's got it. Doubles back. He'll go back towards the bench. Chips it into the zone. He'll try and get his own puck. Kicked out in front. Moore with a save there. Bastion's got it now. He'll feed it up to no one. Into the zone. Kansas City along the near boards. They'll get it in the zone. Bash pinches them out there. They'll walk around him. Down below the goal line. Kicked out in front. He knocked it up in the air. No one up there to catch it. Kansas City walks into the slot. Sheehy with a save. Kansas City gets the rebound. Fires it wide. Wrapped around the back of the net. They'll try and play it out in front. Not quite there. Knocks it loose. Over to the other corner. Again, they'll try and play it out in front. Dubuque's just clogging the middle there. Meserich has got it now. Tries to play it around the man. Knocks it out of the zone now. Kansas City collects just outside the zone. They'll dump it in. Just out of the reach of Sheehy. Schilling collects it. Circles behind the net. Schilling around the boards. Up to Sweeney. Knocked back down below the goal line. And we're going to get our first penalty. We're going to get company. Offsetting penalties. Both number 8s will head to the bench. Interference and a slash. 5-on-5. So Dubuque will send out their top line of Kirk, Sweeney, and Ruiz. We've got Cruiser and Kretz on defense. Not sure what the ref's waiting for here. Puck's down. Ruiz knocks it to the corner. Off to the near side here. Kansas City knocks it down below the goal line. Cruiser picks it up there. Into the corner. Battle loose. Kirk knocks it the length of the ice. We're going to get an icing call. Sieverding and looks like Nico Ruiz. Sook's got it on the far corner. Battle knocked loose there by Sieverding. He'll knock it over to this corner. Tries to play it up. Kansas City stolen on the near boards. Battle down low. Back to Beshin. Beshin pauses below the goal line. He'll leave it for Sook. Sook will come around. He's got Ruiz up the boards. Feeds it up to him. Late hit. Looks like Dubuque's going to get its power play. 2 minutes for roughing. So Dubuque will go on the power play. Kansas City wins the faceoff. They'll get it out of the zone. Bestian handles it there. Tries to play it across to Sweeney. Sweeney shovels it up the middle. It's stolen there by Kansas City. They'll walk into the zone. Bestian pokes it loose. They'll chip it down to the corner. Big hit by Ruiz. Puck squirts out the other side. Sweeney's got it on the near boards. Cross ice pass to Besh. He'll carry it up through center ice. Plays it ahead to Ross. Ross knocks it down low below the goal line. Big slash. So 2 minutes for slashing to Joseph Ross. Player had a step on Ross. Really was unnecessary for him to take the hack, but it's a learning experience. So we'll get some 4-on-4 hockey. Kansas City wins the faceoff. Back. They'll go D to D. Back to the D. Wraps it around the near side. Bestian's got it there. He'll play it behind the net. Kirk will pick it up in the far corner. Tries to play it up. He's got it to Ruiz. Ruiz centers it to Sweeney. Sweeney's got Bestian. Got a nice little 2-on-1 happening here. Shot on net, just wide. Bestian collects the rebound, though. He's got it in the corner. Back up to the point. Kirk gets it there. Shot deflected in front of the net. Sweeney's got it now. Walks it up. Leaves for Besh. Besh back to Sweeney. Over to Ruiz. Catches him on the wrong hand. Ruiz on the far side. Tries to give it to Kirk. Give and go doesn't quite work. They'll wrap it around the near side to Besh. Elbow there. Battle in the corner. Kirk walks out. He walks the goal line. Shot over the net. Avoids the netting, though. That one pops up. Catches the ductwork. So 8:23 left in the first period. Still playing a little 4-on-4 hockey here. Saints have the slight edge in shots. They're 5-2. Puck's down. Back to Dubuque D. Schilling manages to hold it in. Kansas City regroups, and they'll carry it out into the attacking zone. They'll walk the goal line. Not sure if that hit the post or Sheehy. Dubuque clears it out. We're not getting a shot on. Oh, puck's down. Seberding's got it. A little time. Loses the handle in front. But they'll give it right back to him. Say, hey, try again. That one Moore gets a piece of. Schilling wraps it down. Puck squirts loose. Cruiser's got it here. He'll dump it back into the zone. Kansas City with a brief little power play here. Plays it across to the near side. Walks it down low. Shot to the top slot. Sebring back checks and manages to steal the puck. Sends it the length of the ice. Moore will come up and get it. Long pass here. Meyer knocked down hard. Kansas City will regroup at the bottom of the circle. Nika Ruiz tries to pressure. Played up to the near side. Carried into the zone. They'll take it wide. Cody Cruiser will force him wide there. Cross ice pass at shoulder length. Those are hard to catch. Wrapped around below the goal line. Sukachuk can't quite get it there. It's knocked back below the goal line. Joseph Ross back out after serving his penalty. He'll carry it up the near boards. Fires it up. That's Callan Messerich. He's got help in the middle. He's got Ruiz there. Shot saved by Moore. Gets another one. Squirts out behind him. Another shot doesn't quite get through. Bouncing puck. No one can seem to collect it. Kansas City will make it clear. And for an icing. So Moore picked up a couple saves there. Currently at taking one from Sheehy. I'll hear about that later. Shots are currently 8-3. Ross in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Weiner's got it there. Tries to knock it loose at the faceoff dot. Comes loose. Kansas City coming down 3-on-2. Mesrich on the back check, leaves it in the slot. Nice save by Sheehy. Kick down low. Kansas City walks it, top of the slot. Shot again, another save by Sheehy. He knocks it wide. They'll collect in the corner. Coming outside the zone, nets off. We're getting a penalty here? Penalty on Dubuque. They gave the penalty to Sheehy. Puck's down, squirts out of the Dubuque zone. Delay a game. They must have thought he had intentionally knocked the net off. Kind of a weak call, but battle on the far boards. Joseph Ross has got it there, taken down. Kansas City D walks it in. Shot knocked away by Sheehy. Battle in the corner now. They'll dump it down to the corner. Back up to the Kansas City point. They'll go D to D. Shot. Kick save by Sheehy. Off to the far side. Back to the point. High slot. Another save by Sheehy. They got a man battling in front there. Another save by Sheehy. Kansas City with a little time here on the near side. Puck walk down. Schilling's got it below the goal line. He'll fire it up. Goes the length of the ice. Moore will corral it there. Played up on the near side. They'll dump it in. It seemed to be short of the red line, but Sheehy will leave it for Cruiser. Cruiser will play it over to Ruiz. Ruiz will clear the zone. 20 seconds left on that power play. Play it up the near side. Kansas City walks it back in. They'll play it up the near side again. Benny Meyer with a nice back check. Forces him wide. Sammy Ruiz in the corner. He'll play it, leave it there. Still battling. Penalty expires. Cruiser's got it on the far corner. He'll hit Beshin coming out. No, he won't. He'll hit the Kansas City player. Benny Meyer with the pressure. Kansas City plays it across, up through center ice. They'll come in 3-on-2. Walks it through the slot. Fans. Late shot. Shot wide. They'll collect and walk to the far corner. Leaves it at the top of the circle. Fire it back down low. Walks it out of the corner. Behind the net. He'll leave it there. Cody Cruiser will kick it over to Beshin. Beshin tries to get it up. Can't quite do it. Ruiz is there. He'll leave it for Sweeney. Sweeney cross ice to Cruiser. Cruiser up the middle to Ruiz. Ruiz knocked off the puck. Kansas City collects. Through center ice. Stolen there by Kirk. He'll dump it in. Sweeney will collect out of the corner. Fires it through the middle. Kirk can't quite get a piece of it. Sammy Ruiz now on the far side. Puck squirts by Schilling. Kretz is back though. He'll play it up the near side to Sweeney, who gets a blade on to knock it into the zone. Down to the corner. Dorley will wrap it around to the far side. Puck squirts off the stick there. Kirk gets a nice shot. Moore with a nice save. Goal! Goal! Kirk, I think, got that goal. kind of bounced around. We had a couple quality shots on Moore. He made a few nice saves, but eventually it scored to Kirk, who was wide open. Moore was kind of on his belly, and Kirk buried it. Puck dunked down low. Goes back behind the goal line. Suk comes late out the box. Can't quite get a handle on it. Holds it in, though. Sweeney and Schilling pick up apples on that goal. Dumped in. Moore loses his stick. Kansas City will play it around to the far side. Squirts off to Sieverding. Puck loose. Underneath Moore. Nobody knows where it is. Dubuque will send out a new line. Looks like they're going to get Meserich, Ross, and Weiner. Bashan and Suk back on D. Puck's down. Puck back to Bashan. He'll dump it down the near side to Weiner. Knocked loose there. Bashan can't quite hold it, but knocks it loose from Kansas City. Suk will dump it in. Dubuque will chase on the near boards. Weiner takes a big hit. Puck's loose. Bashan will pinch down, try and get it. They get by him. Suk's got a 2-on-1 he's defending. Big cross-ice pass. Ross gets a piece of it. Sheehy makes a nice save. Saints will stick with these guys. Kansas City will send out a whole set of fresh legs. Offensive zone to the right of Sheehy. Puck's down. Kansas City's got it. Suk gets control, tries to clear it off the boards. Can't quite do it. Kansas City walks to the high slot, top of the circle. On the near boards, they'll forward down low. On the goal line now, into the far corner. They'll try and battle it out. Kicks it around to Besh. Besh gives it up to Weiner. Stolen there. Kansas City walks it back in. Tops of the circle. Fired again down the low boards. Shot saved by Sheehy. Ruiz steps in for the faceoff. It's one back to the Dubuque corner. Around the back of the net to Schilling. Schilling plays it up to Sweeney. He'll try and chip it off. Kansas City gains control. Top of the circle. Fires it. A little pop-up shot. Sheehy with the save. Puck back to the Kansas City D. On the far boards. Down below the goal line. They'll battle for it in the corner. Ruiz walks out with it. Plays it up. Sweeney will do a little give and go. Ruiz has got it. Tries to play it ahead. Kansas City D gets it. Moore steps out. He'll try and play it. Gets to Schilling. Schilling fires it on net. Saved by Moore. Played around the back of the net. Up the far side. Sweeney caught just a piece of it. Saints will press. Can't quite get it. Kirk's got it there. He'll dump it down low to Sweeney. Sweeney in the corner. Loses it there. Battled in front. Knocked just loose. It'll come all the way back. Schilling will collect here. He's got fans on the pass. Kansas City's got a long cross-ice pass now. Durley's got it just inside the blue line. Walks down the middle. We're going to get a penalty here. we're not careful, we're going to get 2 penalties here. That'll be the end of the period. Getting a slash, I believe, on someone from Dubuque.
At the end of 1 period of play, our score review 1, Kansas City 9. Shots on goal in the first period. Florida State 13 for the Jets 9.
See if they put that penalty up on the board now, or they wait until the beginning of the second period. Supposed to do it now.
At the conclusion of the period, the 2 penalties to number 7, Coach Sweeney, 2 minutes for slashing.
Sweeney with that penalty, 2 minutes for slashing.
Sweeney slashing at 17 minutes.
Excuse me. So Dubuque will start the second period on the penalty kill. Cody Sweeney picked up 2 minutes for slashing there at the end of the first period. They'll send out Joe the Hammer Ross and Kellen Meserich, and we're down, ready to go. Played up the near side, it's knocked loose. Ruiz will battle for it on the near boards. Kansas City's got it now in the corner. Meserich will send it the length of the ice for a clear. Moore will go over and stop it, lay it down. Ross runs into the man behind the net. Kansas City clearing it up the near side. Walks it to the top slot. Shot. Wide of the net. Kicked out the other side. Cody Cruz will nick the length of the ice. Comes all the way back to the Kansas City defensive zone. They'll regroup there. Plays it up just inside the zone. Shot wide. Sheehy with the save. He'll kick it wide. Blocked in front. Benny Meyer to go get it. Sends it up. Stuck in Meserich's gear. All the way down to the corner behind the net. Moore pulls it off the back of the net. He's got it there. Kansas City will pull it up the near side. Chips it around Sieverding. On the half wall now. They'll fire it across the middle. Knocked loose by Meyer. They'll go D to D. Down the near side. Flip down below the goal line. Can't quite control it there. Schilling picks it up. He'll pitchfork it up to the blue line. Wrap back around. Behind the net. They'll throw it on the near side. Sieverding picks it up there. Sends it the length of the ice. Moore with a nice save. .15 seconds left on the power play now. They'll walk it to the top of the slot. Lose it. Sieverding pitchforks it out again. Moore will go over and collect it. 5 seconds left now on the power play. Played up the near side. Kansas City coming with a little speed into the zone. Hits the brakes. They'll throw it across the ice. Those waist-high passes are really hard to catch. Ruiz will play it over to Sweeney. Sweeney's got Kirk. Oh, can't quite connect him. We'll go the length of the ice for an icing. It was right there. Kirk was all alone on a breakaway. Missed it by a half step. Good effort. Face-off will come to the left to Sheehy. We'll get that top line out there. Ruiz, Sweeney, Kirk. That's Kretz and Cruiser on D. Puck's down. Knocked up the near side. They tried to run a give and go. Sweeney kicked it out to no one. Fired wide of the net. Sheehy watched it go by. Sweeney throws it up the middle, just out of the reach of Kirk. Kansas City will regroup, bang it into the zone. Kretz has got it there. He'll go to his partner, Cruiser. Cross ice pass to Sweeney. He's got a step. Hits the brakes at the top of the circle. Walks around the first man. It's stolen there, though. They'll force it over to the corner. We're going to get a hook call. Slow roller to Moore. So we got a shot. Stop this. Run this down to 10. Number 6 for Kansas City. Just going to spend 2 minutes thinking about what he just did. Dubuque will go on the power play. Sieverding. Oh, this isn't going to work out well. They're going to let Dubuque make the change. Meyer, Sieverding, and Meserich out there. Start the power play. Puck's down. They'll get it off to Meserich. He'll cross ice pass to Suk. Suk can't quite handle it there. Knocks it down below the goal line. Meyer's got it behind the net. Over to Meserich. Out to Schilling. Schilling's got plenty of room, plenty of time. Walks it to center ice. Gives it over to Meserich. Top of the circle. Slow shot. Saved by Moore. We're going to get our top line out now of Sweeney, Ruiz, and Kirk. Joe the Hammer Ross. Bryce Beshin. Puck's down. Kansas City's got it. They'll wrap it around on the near side. Just out of the reach of Kirk. He's not happy about that. All the way back to Sheehy. Sheehy will touch it just enough to make his dad worry. Plays it off to Beshin. Beshin back to Ruiz. Stolen there. Kansas City's got it. They'll circle. Dump it up the near boards. Ross pounds it up to Beshin. Beshin over to Sweeney. Can't quite handle it. He'll kick it back. Ruiz pop fly. Catches it. Drops it down. Beshin's got it in the defensive zone. Over to Ruiz. Ruiz in the zone. Kirk's going to head towards the net. Ruiz puts it out of his reach, and it'll go all the way back. Sheehy's got it. Long pass to Sweeney. Sweeney passes off to Besh. They knock it loose. It's a foot race that Sammy Ruiz is going to win just by a step. Knocks it down to the corner. He'll leave it there for Sweeney. Sweeney's got it now. Cross ice pass to Ruiz. Carries it in the zone. 30 seconds left on that power play. Back to Sweeney. Beshin now. Over to Sweeney. Shot. Misses everything. Comes all the way out. Beshin collects it neutral ice. He'll circle back around. Tries to walk it up the middle. Runs into some issues. Feathers it off to Sweeney. No ice. Kansas City tries to wrap around. Kirk's there to knock it back in. And they'll clear it down. She makes a save. That counts. We're putting that up there. Long pass, glove down at center ice by Kansas City. They'll walk it into the zone. Slow roller to the left of Sweeney, or Sheehy. Kicked out in front, all the way back to neutral ice. Back behind the net. Sheehy's got it there. Tries to leave it for Schilling. Gets a little hairy for a second. Ruiz has got it. Gives it back to Kirk. Kansas City steals. They'll walk it behind the net. Looks for someone in front. Can't find it. They'll dump it back behind the net. Cruiser's going to win the race there. Chips it up to Ruiz. Tries to leave it off for Severton. Can't quite get it. Schilling. Nice save by Sheehy. Ross steps in for the faceoff. Meserich jumps in a little early, so now he gets the pleasure of the faceoff. Battled on the near boards. Squirts to Kansas City. Now it goes down to Suk. Suk circles. He's got Beshin back behind the net. He'll play it over to him. Home run pass from Meserich. Can't quite get it to him. He does collect on the far boards and rides around the back of the net. Kansas City's got it now. They're coming with a little speed. Beshin's got a 2-on-1 to deal with. Back checkers help out. Besh is down in front. He's back up, moving a little slow. Sheehy with a nice kick save to the corner. Ross plays it off. Big hit there. Besson tries to fire it up to Meserich again. Both players go into the boards hard. Besson's still a little slow to move there. Suk's got it. Tries to play it. It's deflected off the Kansas City player. Back to the defender. We're going to get a penalty. 11 with a cross check. Besson's here on the near side. Can't tell if he's hurt or catching his breath, but he's got a smile on his face, joking around with some of the Kansas City players. I guess he's all right if he's going to stay out for the power play. He's got Pierce, Ruiz, Kurgenbush, and Sweeney out with him. Puck's down. Kansas City's got it. They'll play it around the back of the net, hard around the other side. Sweeney holds it in, gives it the best, top center, just in front of Kirk. Beshin's got it. Hard pass to Sweeney into his feet. He'll wrap it down low. Into the near corner there. Ruiz beats his man. Gives it up to Besham. Besham walks the top of the slot. Feeds off to Sweeney. Top of the circle. Cross ice pass. All day for Kirk, who misses the net by a foot. All day he could still be shooting there. Kirk's got it now though. He'll take it into the zone. Dumps it in there. Pierce comes in hard. They'll try and play it up, and they'll get it out on the near side. Sheehy's got it. He'll try the long pass to Sweeney. Sweeney leaves it for Bash, who wasn't ready for it. So we'll think about it now. Out of the zone, up to Kirk. Can't get a good handle on it. Dumped into the far corner. Out of the reach of Sheehy. Sweeney will pick it up. Circles in front of the net. Little speed. Out of the zone. Into center ice to Kirk. Throws it in the middle. Sweeney gets a piece of it. Trips it down low. Pierce with a horrible angle shot. Gets a rebound. Over to Sweeney. Sweeney scores! Power play goal. We got 2 shots there. And a goal there. Beautiful setup by Sweeney on the top of the circle in the Ovechkin spot. Buries the power play goal. Saints stretch the lead to 2-0. Puck's down again. Weiner leaves it for Mesrich, who had it for a second and then caught the back of his skate. Ross plays it down to Mesrich. Mesrich fires out in front. Puck's loose. Pushing match. That helps. Two to one lead for the Saints. 8:38 left in the second period. Puck's down. They get it back to Suk. Pops it down low to Meyer. Meyer tries to send it around the back of the net. Ruiz, big hit in the corner. Battled there, squirts out. Besham gets in, holds it in momentarily. Kansas City gets it back, but we've got a significant back check. Nice save by Sheehy. Big hit there in the corner, completely unnecessary. We'll see what the call is. It was after an icing call. He knew he wasn't going to win the race. It was a hard checking from behind. We'll wait and see what the penalty is here. Training staff tends to, this is Blake Seaworthing that's down the corner. He was up and kind of rolling around, but now he's back on his back. Blake sits up. They're going to help him get to his feet here. And he's going right off the ice. Refs are still discussing at center ice what we're going to call here. Jets have number 3, their assistant captain Hayden Albertson in the box right now. Looks like he's going to get the game. So we're still waiting to see how much time they put on the clock for this penalty. If I were to guess, I'd say at least a double minor, more likely a major. Any hit like that causes an injury is an automatic match penalty and a major. They're calling 5-on-5, most likely because it happened after the play. I see Beshanov too. He's walking with a little bit of a limp. I think he may have gotten something after that as well. No, he jumped to the defense of Sieverding. So we're going to play 5-on-5 hockey. Puck's down into the Dubuque corner. Played around the back of the net to the near side. Kirk's got it there. Cross ice pass stolen at the blue line, but Kansas City gets a shot just wide. Picked up on the near side. Now we're going to take offsetting penalties again. So what happened there is I heard a 5-minute boarding and a 10-minute misconduct. Bryce Besham was given a match penalty. I don't know how that offsets the 5-minute major. But it is what it is. So offsetting penalties here. I believe that's Joe Ross in the box for Dubuque. Can't be Joe Ross in the box because he's taking the faceoff. Number 2, Cody Cruiser. Puck behind the net. Kretz plays it up. He's got it again. He'll play it up to Ruiz. Ruiz throws it up through the middle. Held in there by Kansas City, just inside the blue line. They'll throw it towards the net. Sheehy kicks it to the boards. Sukuchov tries to play it there. Tipped up in front to the far corner. Kretz battles for it there. Ross jumps in. Kansas City will walk up behind the net. Pause for a minute there. They'll come up the near side. Out in front, slow roller. Got a man parked on the back door there. Might want to pick him up. Kansas City now up on the near side. Back to the D. Pauses for a second. Back to the near side. They'll work it down low, just out of the reach. Picks it up behind the net, though. Kicks it out in front. Stopped by Ross there. He'll send it out. That's a high stick on Kansas City. He's going to wait and play it. Weiner in for the faceoff. Dubuque has it momentarily. Knocked back to the D. Schilling's got it. Slow roller to Moore in front. Tensions are a little higher now. We're going to call everything just a little tighter. Weiner back in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Kansas City's got it on the far side. They'll hit the brakes and regroup. Fires it up the middle. Dumps it in from the blue line. Catches the top of the board and trickles down below the goal line. Schilling's got it there. Squirts out to the front. High in the slot. Oh, just wide. There was a spot there. Big hits all around now. Mesrich has got it on the far side. He's all alone. Fires it just wide of the net. Comes around to the near side. Pierce is there. Chips it down. Weiner tries below the goal line. Battle going on out in front. Pierce has got it. Fires it on net. .43 left in the second period. Dubuque holding on to a 2-goal lead, but they're without Sieverding, who hasn't reappeared since his injury, and Beschen, who was given the match penalty, so his weekend is done. Kansas City's got it below the goal line. Chipped up. Out in front to Kirk. Shot, save. Can't collect the rebound. Back behind the net. Ruiz will pressure. Suk knocks it in. Down below the goal line. Moore will try and play it, but he'll leave it for his D. The wrapped around. Hits the stanchion. Squirts out. Favorable bounce for KC. Looked like a carry of the puck there. Thrown out in front. Net's off just a little bit. I don't think they see it, though. We got an ice. I'd like to thank all the Dubuque refs behind us. Apparently carrying the puck through neutral ice isn't legal. I've done a quick check. None of them are wearing striped shirts. Joe Ross will step in for the faceoff. Kicked up to the Kansas City D. He'll walk to the top of the circle. Fired. Kicked wide by Sheehy. Meyer will carry it down the near side. Tries to center. Can't quite get it off. Rubbed off the boards there. Joseph put a big hit on Ruiz. He's slow to get back into the play. Battle in the near corner. Kansas City walks out of it. They'll try and feed it out in front. Puck's box loose. Bounced around. Nothing there. Ruiz has got it now in the corner. Puck comes loose. Now it's back below the goal line. Schilling rubs the man off there. Walks it around the back of the net. It's knocked loose there by Suk. Still battle below the goal line. Schilling with a quick turn. He's got a little time. He'll fire it up to Ruiz, who can't quite get a handle on it. Kansas City collects at the D. On the far side, knocked down low, walked across the faceoff dot, out into the middle. Benny Myers got it there. He'll kick it out to center ice and chase as well. Moore tries to play it, thinks twice, leaves it for his D. Long pass to just inside the blue line, walks it down, fires it into the netting above the net. Power of the force stopped you, hosers. So Kansas City's picked up their game now since the incident after the icing call. They've been on the attack here. Dubuque's just weathering the storm. Weiner's in for the faceoff. Puck's down, out to Kansas City D, cross D to D, tipped in front, saved by Sheehy. Again, back to the D. They collect it in front of the bench. Throws it towards the net. Hit his own man at the faceoff dot. Battled there in the faceoff circle. I think that's Pierce over there. Weiner tries to help out. Pierce knocks it loose. He's got help. Slows down. Kicks it across to Mesrich, who can't quite get a handle on it. Mesrich gets it back over to Pierce. It's lost behind the goal line. Suk goes down. Knocks it below the line. Weiner's got it there. Tries to walk it out in front. Out to Cruiser. Fans on a shot. So does Pierce. Back to Cruiser. He sends a floater that's knocked down by Kansas City. They're going to come 4-on-2. Pierce will hustle back. Sheehy with a nice glove save, and he'll eat it. Down to 2:54 left in this period. Puck battle below the goal line. That's Kretz down there. Squirts out. Now it's Ruiz. Hard off the board, up to Kirk. Held in by Kansas City. Ooh, that stick handle looked like he brought it back. Nice save by Sheehy. Still battle on the boards. Kirk getting a little feisty. Knock loose there. High slot. Knock loose again. Top of the circle now. They'll fire it towards the net. Comes around to Sweeney. Kicked out in front. Big save by Sheehy. And we got it out of the zone. Dubuque's got an injured player. Big collision at center ice. And we're going to get a stoppage for the injured player. Face off to the left of Sheehy. Puck's down, out to the point. Sheehy kicks it to the netting. Back to the Kansas City D. They'll fire it towards the net wide. 2 minutes left in this period. Kansas City's got it in the corner. Schilling goes to get it there. High stick right into Schilling's face. I don't know how you can question that. So number 2, Lane Whitrock. 2 minutes for high sticking. Joe Ross will step in for the faceoff. He'll have Sweeney and Meserich on either side. Puck back to Suk. Can't quite handle it. Knocks it out. Kirk's back on defense. We got a little bit of a 2-on-1 going here. Shot saved by Sheehy. Still has no idea where it is. Kicks it up the near side, though. Slow one in front. Blocked down by the D. Medrick takes a break. Tries to play it up to Suk. Can't quite get it there. Kansas City walks inside the blue line. Sheehy with a big save. Kicks the rebound out. They bang it in just wide of the net. Played ahead to Ross. Ross has got one-on-one. Plays it off to Sweeney and heads to the net. Saved by Moore there. Kicked around to the far corner. They'll send an aerial pass over Sukachov's head. He'll go back to get it. Dubuque will set up for a power play still. Cross-ice pass over to Ross. Ross can't quite hold on to it. Dorley knocks it into the far corner. Suk's going to go over and get it there. Plays it up the near side. Long pass. Kirk gets a piece of it just as it crosses the blue line. Chases behind the net. Dorley's got it on the near side. He's got Schilling there with him. Shot through Schilling's leg. Saved by Sheehy. 27 seconds left in the period here. Myers got it. Gives it over to Ruiz. Shoots it just over the net. Rebound kicks out in front of the net. Can't quite get a handle on it. Meyer gloves it down. Kansas City sends it out. Sheehy's got it now. 11 seconds left. Long pass. Up to Ruiz. Knocked back in. Schilling's got it there. 3 seconds left. Cross center ice. Plays it in. And that'll be the period. So after 2, Dubuque still holding on to a 2-0 lead. Shots on goal. 23-18. And we're back for the third period. Dubuque will start the third period with a 13-second power play. We'll get Sweeney, Kirk, and Ruiz at forward, Schilling and Cruiser at D. I did see Blake Sieverding made an appearance on the bench, so good to see him back on the ice. Puck's down, near side. Cruiser steps up to get it, can't quite get there. Ruiz goes back. He'll circle behind the goal. Stops there. Up the ice to Sweeney. Sweeney tries to cross ice. It's deflected there. Kirk will chase in the corner. Kansas City plays it up the far side. Cross blue line into neutral ice. Into the attacking zone. They've got a step. Saved by Sheehy. Schilling's got it in the corner. Turns it over just at the blue line. Kansas City's got it in the corner. Knocked out of the front by Cody Cruiser. Nice job, Cody. Kansas City regroups at center ice. They'll fire it in the near side. Sheehy gutsy plays it with his stick. Plays it up to Sweeney. Around the back comes Kansas City. They'll come up the far side. Cuts across the middle. Tons of speed. Walks around all. Sheehy kicks it to the corner. Kansas City now in the corner again. Throws it across the middle. Captain Myers got it there. Carries across. Sieverding tripped up. No call. Played around. Suk tries to trap it in. Kansas City walks out with it through center ice with some speed. Sheehy tries to play it around to the near side. Dorley's got it there. Sends it to the middle. Back to the D. I don't think Sheehy saw that, but made a nice save. High stick there. No call. Played up. Meyer gets it stripped loose. It's at the D. Sheehy glove save, and we'll hold for a whistle. I don't think they gave him credit for any saves that period yet. I've got him for 3. The boss Ross in for the faceoff. It's down. Knocked back to the Kansas City D. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. Still, oh, there we go. They gave him 1. Ross in for the faceoff. Underneath him, Kansas City controls momentarily. We got it on the half wall. Knocked down to the corner. Fired into the slot. Deflected there by Schilling. They'll kick it down below the goal line. Pounded behind the net. Schilling wraps it around into the Kansas City player's leg. Thrown over to the far side. Meserich will press the D. Floated towards the near corner. Kansas City's got it there now. Walked. Little pop shot. Wide of the net. They'll walk it out. Kick it up to the blue line. Held in there. Schilling's got it. Weak pass up the middle. Can't quite force it up that far side. Ross has got it. He's stripped right before he can clear it. Kansas City forces it down low. Saved by Sheehy. Popped over the top of the net. Get another shot. Not sure why that penalty is still showing there. .353 left in the third period. Saints haven't looked like they've got a lot of life coming out here at the beginning of the third. Hopefully, we'll jumpstart them now. Sieverding in for the faceoff. Puck's down, back to Kansas City's D. Shot wide. Comes around to the near side. Out of the zone. Kansas City will go all the way back to the defensive zone to regroup. Kicks it up the middle. Played along the near board. Stolen there by Kretz. Around the back of the net. To the corner. Sieverding's got it there. He'll get it out of the zone. Ruiz comes down. They turn in front of the penalty box. Through center ice. Into the attacking zone. Kretz blows the tire. They'll walk around him. Throw it to the middle. Just out of control. Ruiz has got it. He's got Meyer on the far side. Can't quite get it over to him. They'll send it across right in front of the Dubuque bench. Sukuchov will play it there. Up to Meyer. Meyer walks around the first one. Loses the handle. Kansas City collects. They'll fire around the back. All the way around. Not sure why that wasn't icing. Cruiser makes a nice move there. Gets it out of the zone. Kansas City's got it at center ice. Sieverding dumps it down low. He'll go for a change. Kansas City now breaking out in front of their bench. Knocked loose there. They recover. Carried it up the near side in front of us. Walks it down. Top of the slot. Shot saved by Sheehy again. Kicks out to the face-off dot. Fired wide. Sweeney can't quite get it by the D. Now Ruiz will try. We're going to get a Kansas City penalty. Head contact. That's not the penalty you want. Looks like Devin Dorley's going to head to the box for 2 minutes for head contact. That draws an automatic 10-minute misconduct. So there's 21 seconds left in Devin Dorley's game. Puck's down. Here we go. Sheehy's got it behind the net. He'll leave it there for Schilling. Sweeney cross ice, just out of the reach of Kirk. Kirk dumps it down for Ruiz. Ruiz picks it, leaves it for Kirk, who fires it home. So, power play goal for Carter Kirkenbush. Sweeney gets the crowd pumped up a little bit. 12 minutes left in this game. There's still plenty of time for anything to happen. So, and it's a Corbin Deutsch sighting. Deutsch will step out with Ross and Meserich. Ross wins it back to Sagers. Sagers makes a bad pass. Stolen by Kansas City, who's coming full force. Sheehy makes a save. Walks out of trouble. Ross for the faceoff. One back right in front of Sheehy. Kretz plays it. Deutsch fires it up. Meserich has got it on the near side. Walks at top of the circle. It's deflected there behind the goal line. Kicked out in front. Moore with a save there. Ross comes in with a big hit. Knocks the door open. Those doors are not Joseph Ross proof. We'll get Joseph Ross will stay out there with Deutsch. Looks like we're going to run the arena football play. It's my least favorite play that we do. Face off lost, so play negated. They'll play it to the corner. Around the back of the net. Kretz can't quite get it there. It's kicked out in front. Short side goal. Kretz quite couldn't hold it in the corner. Kicked out, squirted out in front, and Kansas City was right there. Buried in the top corner just over Sheehy's glove. Puck's down, back to Cruiser. Cruiser fires it over to Schilling. Back to Cruiser. Cruiser's got a little time on the near boards. Big hit, knocks him off his skates. Ruiz has got it now. He'll turn it over in the middle. Turns it over. Fired, shot, saved by Sheehy. He'll go up into the netting. Saints might have gotten a little too comfortable after that third goal. We were here 2 years ago, and we actually had the lead on Kansas City, who was a really good team back then, and they came back and wiped the floor with us. So, puck's down on the half boards, into the corner, wrapped around to the far side. Kirk's over there. They'll play it down to the corner. Battled in the corner. Schilling's got it behind the net. He's got a little time. Hard off the glass. Squirts by the Kansas City defenseman. Kirk's got it. Carries into the attacking zone. Shot fired wide. Nice save by Moore. We'll get Ruiz, Sweeney, and Kirk out there. Kretz and Suk on D. Puck's down into the Kansas City corner. They'll wrap it around the corner. To the other side. Suk's there. Battles for it. Squirted up. They'll leave it. Ruiz with a nice shot. Saved by Moore. Back to Suk. Suk will fire it towards the net. Hits a man in front. Kretz will knock it down to the corner. Kirk's got it there. He'll send it around the back of the net. Catches a bad bounce on the boards. Squirts out to center ice. Kretz is in a foot race into the corner. Battled back and forth. It's held up there. We're going to get another Kansas City call. Yeah. Interference. Interference. Waiting on the number. Number 6. Duke back in the power play. Kansas City wins the faceoff. Duke's got it behind the net. That's Joseph Ross. Battled in the corner. He'll wrap it around hard. Kirk can't quite get there, and it squirts all the way out. Comes loose. He's got it now. Plays it hard to the bench. That'll be a long delayed offsides. Schilling's got a little time. He'll carry it up the ice. Schilling walks it to the half boards. Fires it back. Tries to get it back. Kansas City steals there. They're going to carry it up the near boards. Sweeney with a big hit. They're going to give him an interference. I'm not sure how you give interference to the guy who's carrying the puck. But I'm not wearing a striped shirt either, so what do I know? Might have been a makeup call. They put 11 up on the score clock, but they put Cody Sweeney in the box. Puck's down. Fired wide of the net. Kansas City walks the top of the circle. Goes D to D there. Puck squirts loose. Dubuque just doesn't look like they want the puck. Sheehy with a nice save. Still about 5 shots behind on him. 4 shots behind on him. Ross with the faceoff. Puck's down. Cruiser's got it behind the net. Plays it up the middle. Can't get it out of the zone. Fired in. Sheehy with the save. Comes back to Suk. Suk will try and backhand it out. Gets it just out. Now Mesrich has got it. He'll walk it up the near side. Into the zone. Turns there. Gives off to Ross. Can't quite control. Kansas City's got it on the near side. Just out of the reach of Mesrich. Ross back on defense now. Walks around. Pop shot. Back behind the goal line. Kicked out in front. He knocks it back below the goal line again. Suk's got it. Hard shot down the line. That'll go for an ice. Puck's down. Up the near boards. Sieverding's got it there. He'll play it around the back to Schilling. Schilling will go to the corner to get it. Play it around. Kansas City plays it in front of the Dubuque bench. Tip down. It'll go below the goal line. Sammy Ruiz back to get it. He loses it behind the goal line. Kansas City's got it in the corner now. They'll try and work it out. Back behind the net. Still pinned there. Still pinned there. Kansas City's got no one out in front. They're on the power play now for 20 seconds. Walked up the near boards. They'll wrap it back below the goal line again. Sieverding will go back, knock it loose. Fired up to the D. Saved by Sheehy. He'll drop it. .7:19 left in the third period. 7 seconds left on this power play for Kansas City. Puck's down. Play it along the near boards. Battled there. Kirk knocks it loose. He's got a step. There's a trip. Kirk fires it on net. What are we calling here? Tripping. Dubuque power play. 2 minutes for tripping on number 2, Lane Whitlock. Sammy Ruiz in for the faceoff. Does a nice spinorama move to hold it. Squirts underneath. I don't know that Schilling knows he's got someone on his tail. Still on his tail. Knocks the puck loose. Puts Schilling into the board hard and puts him down. They're going to get another penalty. Give it to him. There it is. 34 for roughing. So Dubuque's got a 2-man power play now for 1:42. They'll send out their top line with Joe Ross. Schilling. Ruiz wins the faceoff, gets it to the corner. Knocked down below the goal line. Kansas City's got it. They'll play the long pass up to the middle. Ruiz gets it in. Joe Ross knocks it towards the net. Moore's got it there. Oh! Another hit on a player down on the ice. Sweeney's got it at the blue line. He'll give it over to Schilling. Schilling feeds. I think it's Kirk that fired wide. Sweeney's got it. Gives down to Ruiz. Sweeney top of the circle. Over to Schilling. From the faceoff dot. Shot saved by Moore. Puck squirts back in. They'll try and clear, and they do. Puck knocked loose. It'll come all the way down. Sheehy will pull it off the boards for Schilling. Schilling collects it. He'll walk up the middle. Gives it to Kirk. Kirk gives off to Sweeney. Sweeney walks it down to the corner. Throws it out in front. Goal! Sammy Ruiz with a nice goal. Getting the Dubuque lead back to 3. And that'll kill off one of the penalties. Still too many players on the ice for Kansas City. Not sure why this is a discussion. Oh, good. We figured that out. Puck's down. Underneath Ruiz. Sook's got it. He'll walk it to the far side. Into the zone. Hard hit. Dumps it down below the goal line. Meserich has got it there. Plays it down low. Gets it down to, I can't tell who that is. Looks like Benny Meyer. Shot. Saved. Meyer's got it. He'll play it around the back of the net. Sook's got it there. Play it around. Meserich has got it on the half wall. Down to Meyer. Can't quite get a handle on it. Bounces away from him. Over to the far corners. Big hit there. Meyer's got it in his feet. They'll squirt it over to Sook. Sook's got it there. Gets it over to Ruiz. Ruiz tries to get it to Cruiser. Cruiser's got it at the blue line. Gets it back over to Ruiz. Ruiz puts it on net. I think Moore got a piece of that. Someone did. All the way back to Cruiser. Down to Meserich. A little too hard for that. Puck bounces away from Benny Meyer again. He's got it behind the net. Tries the wraparound. Nobody there. Comes out to the Jets in front. They're going to come down 2-on-1. Sweeney on defense. They managed to get around him. Everyone goes sliding into the goal. Oh, we're going to get a penalty on Sweeney, I think. It's probably well-deserved. They walked around him, and I think he got a piece of him as they went. 2 minutes. Hooking. They're going to give it to Cody Cruiser, though. All right, well. So, Kansas City gets a shot at the power play. Sammy Ruiz in for the faceoff. Hard back to the corner. Schilling's got it there. Plays it in the air. Plays the mouse bounce. Kansas City holds it in. Sebring knocks it back out the length. Kansas City will collect in the defensive zone. Plays it in front of the bench. Cross ice pass behind number 34. Ruiz can't quite get it there. He gets his stick lifted. Aerial pass into the ceiling. Dubuque showed a little more teeth here in the last 5 minutes of this period. Sieverding down for the faceoff. He's got it in his feet. Kansas City tries to walk out of it. They get it into the zone. Sieverding battles for it there. Schilling kicks it up to the blue line. Top of the circle. Kansas City shot. Saved by Sheehy. Puck's down. Kansas City's got it back to their D. Fired it towards the net. Chipped wide. Sheehy with a save. No idea where the puck is. Ruiz. That's a late hit. We're not calling those now, though. Kansas City stolen there. Joe Ross, he'll dump it down deep. Over to the far side. Applies the pressure. They'll work it around the back of the net. Can't quite get it. Callum Esrich is going to win the race to the puck. Walks it into the corner. Loses it there. Kansas City's got it now. They'll bring it up the near side. Played ahead. Schilling's got his man lined up. Knocks the puck loose. Takes it wide into the corner. Thrown out in front. Mesrich manages to get out of the zone. Joe Ross, a little bit of a breakaway. Moore's going to cover it there. .23 seconds left on that power play. Kirk will step in for the power play, or for the shorthanded faceoff. He's got Sweeney with him. Sweeney back to Kretz. Kretz just dumps it down into the corner. Behind the net there, they'll carry it out right up Main Street. Sweeney will angle him off, ride him into the boards hard. Kansas City still controls the puck. They'll fire it up the middle. Kirk sends it the length. Moore was headed off and decided, hey, maybe I'll go back and get this. Puck played up the near side. Moore headed up a little bit. Sweeney's got it again. He says, why don't you just stay there? Moore with a nice save. So Dubuque's goal is to just maintain. That is not how you maintain. Puck flipped up into the Kansas City bench. Both teams back to full strength. I'd expect a timeout. Nostradamus gets it right. Timeout, Kansas City. Faceoff's going to be just outside the Kansas City defensive zone, so I'm guessing they're going to leave their goalie in. See how the faceoff goes. Shots in favor of Dubuque, 35. Shots in favor of Kansas City. 35-28 on the scoreboard. 38-27 on this announcer's clock. From here, I can see the Kansas City coach drawing his play. What they're going to try and do is pass it to the open man and score. Seems like a good strategy. Dubuque will send out Ruiz, Schilling, Cruiser. They switched to Ruiz's on me, but that's all right. I got it right. Benny Meyer and Blake Sieverding. Puck's down. Dubuque's got it. Neutral zone. They'll feather it up. Stolen there by Kansas City. I got a little 3-on-2. Goaltender pulled. Shot towards the net. Saved by Sheehy on a nice reach. Battled on the near boards here. Squirts down to the corner. Sieverding fires it wide. That's got a chance. Yeah! Sieverding with an empty netter. We'll get a shot for that. They get a shot for that. So Sieverding showing you how it's done on those empty nets. Don't shoot it right down the ice for an icing. Bank it off the boards. Pool cue style. Duke now leads 5-1. 1:39 left in the period. Cruiser over to Schilling. Back to Cruiser. Cruiser walks out the boards. Leaves it for Ruiz. Ruiz throws it up the middle. Kansas City was offsides there. They reached in and pulled it back in. There was no whistle. She leaves it behind the net for... I'm not sure what Sheehy was doing there. So Dubuque's going to get interference. She was had a great game so far. That's not exactly what you want to see out of that. Hopefully the ref talked some sense into him there. Puck battled in the slot. Puck is loose. They're going to dig at him now and give him everything they got. Well, they gave him a 4-minute penalty. But there's only 1:10 left in the game, so puck's down. Kansas City gets it back to their D, top of the circle, saved by Sheehy. Walk down to the faceoff circle, send it across the ice, played down below the goal line, sent over the far side. Very late hit on Sieverding. Sent all the way down. Moore's going to play it around the boards there. Battled. Kansas City's going to carry it out. We get a nice little 3-on-2 going here. Pass to the slot. Fired wide. D's got it at the blue line. He'll walk it to the middle. Shot and a goal. So one of those Sheehy penalties comes off. Ross has got it, carries it in the zone. Shot on net. Moore with a nice save. Ross has got the faceoff, throws it on the net. Another save by Moore. Played around the back of the net, off the far side. And that'll do it. So the final score here from Kansas City: Dubuque 5, Kansas City 2. Shots on net, finished out 38 for the home team, 29 for the Saints. Saints get the sweep today. We'll come back tomorrow and see if we can get another 2.